Have you ever wanted to create professional-looking videos, but the whole process just felt completely overwhelming? Well, in this explainer, we're going to dive into a pretty groundbreaking system that lets you build your own AI digital twin to do all the heavy lifting for you. It's like putting your content creation on autopilot. So let's break down how it works step by step. Okay, let's just start with a really blunt truth from our source material because, well, it's true. This is a sentiment that probably hits home for anyone who's ever tried to create something and just hit a wall. And these are the big ones, right? That little voice in your head that says, I'm not good on camera, or, ugh, editing is just too hard. The fear that nobody will even watch, or just that pit in your stomach when you think about filming yourself. These are the exact things that stop amazing projects before they even begin. But the system we're looking at today, it's designed to just get rid of all of them. So, here's our game plan for this explainer. First, we'll tackle the main problem creators face. Then, the really cool part, creating your AI twin. After that, we'll see the automated workflow in action. And finally, we'll look at how you can go from your very first video to making some seriously pro-level content. All right, let's jump into section 1. We're going to unpack the core challenge this whole AI system is trying to solve, that overwhelming friction that keeps most of us from ever actually hitting the publish button. The whole approach is split into 2 modes, which is pretty smart. You've got starter mode, which is all about getting you a win and getting it fast. No guesswork, just copy, paste, and publish your first real video. Then, later, there's pro mode. That's for when you're ready to get fancy and learn the deeper stuff. But really, at the beginning, the focus is on just one thing, getting that first win. Now let's get to the part that feels like it's straight out of science fiction, creating your AI twin. This is the absolute core of how this whole thing works. So the system uses an app called Sora, and it's all built around this idea of a cameo. What's a cameo? It's basically your digital identity, your face, your voice, your whole persona, all captured one time. And from then on, the AI can place you inside any video you want to make. It's like having your own personal digital actor on call 24/7. You might think this sounds super technical, but check this out. It's incredibly simple. You just tap start recording, read a few numbers out loud to get a clean sample of your voice, and then do a slow head turn for the face and body mapping. That's literally it. The AI takes over and automatically builds your cameo. Wild, right? And what's really cool is that after that first scan, you actually have a ton of control. You can guide the AI with your preferences, telling it things like your build, what kind of outfit you'd wear, even your hairstyle. So you're not just stuck with one look, you can create the best on-screen version of yourself. Okay, so your AI twin is ready to go. Now what? How do you put it to work? Well, that brings us to the automated workflow. This is how you go from a blank page to a finished script in like seconds. I mean, let's be honest. This question is the absolute worst. It's the biggest roadblock for any creator. That paralysis you get staring at a blank screen, this entire system is basically engineered to destroy that feeling forever. So instead of making you come up with ideas from thin air, it just gives you a menu of 60. That's right, 60 pre-built video frameworks. And these aren't just random topics. They're strategically designed to hook an audience by tapping into common beliefs and psychological triggers. The source material uses this fantastic metaphor, and it's perfect. It really is just like a restaurant menu. You don't have to be a chef. You don't need to know the recipe. You just pick what you want from the menu, and the AI chef goes into the kitchen and cooks it up for you. And that chef is a special AI script coach built right on top of ChatGPT. All you do is tell it which number you want, like, give me #22, and maybe specify the length you're looking for. A few seconds later, it gives you a complete script formatted perfectly to just paste right into the Sora app. Which brings us to the final section. And honestly, the most satisfying part of the whole process, taking that script and turning it into a finished video with just a couple of clicks. I mean, it really is this simple. You paste the script in, you tap the create video button, and then you download it. That's the whole process. Think about what that eliminates. No camera setup, no editing software, no doing 100 retakes, just paste, generate, download. Now, for those of you who like a little more control, there is a desktop version that gives you a few more options. You can choose the orientation, so you can switch between vertical for TikTok and Reels or landscape for YouTube, and you can also fine-tune the duration. And this is the most crucial takeaway. This whole starter process is laser-focused on one single outcome, getting you a tangible result. It's about getting that first finished video done quickly so you can build momentum and finally silence that inner critic. Once you've got a few of those fast wins and you're feeling good, you can level up to Pro mode. This is where you find more advanced cinematic frameworks, like this TCS Scene one. It lets you create much more powerful, emotionally driven videos by giving you control over every little element of the scene.
So to sum it all up, what we have here is a system that uses AI to remove all the typical fears and technical roadblocks of making videos. You create your digital twin just once, and then you can generate an infinite number of scripts. The whole philosophy is to start simple, get a fast win, build consistency, and then scale up to a pro level when you're ready. And that brings us to the end, but it leaves us with a pretty powerful question to think about. If an AI could be your talent on camera, your scriptwriter, your video editor, if all those traditional barriers were just gone, what's the thing that you would finally create?